Let me see here, guys. See, that's working now, but I don't know. It's not. OBS is not picking up any of my mics or proper camera for some reason. This is annoying. Sorry, guys. Give me 2 seconds. It was literally working fine right before I clicked go live. Let me just see here, guys. Let me give this a try. Is that working? Let me see. Hello, hello. Yep. All right, that should be working now. You guys should be able to hear me on the better mic if that sounds any different. Let me see if I can fix. This. Luckily, Gold's ranging, guys. So just give me 2 seconds. My apologies. I don't know why my laptop started to just go funny right before it was time to jump on, even though I just tested it and it was completely fine. Now it's my camera's messing up. Yeah, you can hear and see me, but it's not my proper. I think it's my camera that's actually messing up. We may have to deal with this one for today. I don't know why my proper camera is just not connecting to my computer. Let me close this. And the quality of the camera on this laptop is not ideal. It might have to do. Look at this, guys. Fine on. All right, I'm just gonna reset my camera, guys. My apologies. It was completely fine right before I jumped on, but we'll see if we can fix it. You can have me on this camera for now. But you guys should be able to hear me better now. You guys can hear me all good, see me all good. All right, let's see if this is gonna work now. Let's see. Ah, there we go. All right, we're working. We're working. It's fine. Oh, it's fine on YouTube. Okay. It is working. I just completely factory reset my camera, but it is working. Right, we'll get started. Guys, give me 2 seconds. My apologies. My apologies. Let me bring this over here. There we go. There we go. Luckily, Gold's waiting for us. Gold's been very range bound this morning. We've got lots of big news today, so luckily the markets are waiting for us. All right, there we go. That's better. Now you guys on Zoom can see me as well. There we go. All right, apologies. What's going on, guys? Welcome back. Happy Wednesday, everyone. Welcome back, guys. We're on. Let me just play this here as well. Before we jump in, guys, we'll look at yesterday's trade as well. And you guys who were here yesterday, we had these amazing gold shorts that I'll take a look at. Let me just get the background music on. There we go. There we go. We got there. We got there. Right, let's get this here. Pre-mixed, yeah, cool. Put it in rice. Yeah, I should probably tried that. There we go. All right. Welcome back, guys. Welcome back. If any guys are new here on YouTube, welcome. My name is Aaron, also known as Aaron Trades. I've been trading for the past 8 years and mainly focus on gold futures here in the European session. Now, out of the guys who were here yesterday, who held these very nice gold shorts that we took and called? Any guys hold these gold shorts yesterday? We said for price to come down. And yeah, Tech Issues Wednesday, absolutely. We spoke about price to come back down, tag these lows here, and retest 5,000. Any guys hold that trade? Ended up being a very, very, very nice push, even though gold is in a, pretty aggressive range, which we have spoken about all week because of the news that we have coming up today. But even though we're in this crazy range, we played it very perfectly. Nice, Chris, nice. Caught 180 ticks, nice. Made nice 425, 650, nice. Yeah, everyone. Yeah, me too. I got squeezed out and then I just got straight back in. Ended up being an absolute perfect play. If you guys weren't here and you did miss it yesterday, it's definitely worth going back to watch because it was a very, very, very nice call. Even though, like I say, gold has been in a very aggressive range, we played this range pretty perfectly. So I took 500 of it yesterday. $500. That's obviously not 12 brand new trades. This is me entering in and out of that position. But that was the whole idea, is to short gold down into these two liquidity lows. Now, why did we have these lows marked on? Well, we spoke about it yesterday, but for anyone who wasn't here, is you had this perfect trend line coming up like this. And you guys know the way I like to trade trend lines is, you know, most people try and buy that third touch risk off the second. And what do we know that gold absolutely loves to do? Loves to come down and liquidate them lows. So we get rid of that, we get rid of the trend line. There's our liquidity points, and there's our short down into the lows, which ended up being a very, very, very nice trade. Very, very, very nice trade. Silver, yep, we can take a look at silver. Absolutely. We'll look at silver, we'll look at gold. We'll have a look at NQ, we'll look at all these markets here. Remember, guys, it is a very, very, very big news day today, which we'll break down as well. Let me just put the background music on here in my headphones. There we go. There we go. But if you guys didn't take the short yesterday, you know, because the range was pretty tough, then, yeah, I mean, also smart. Yeah, Nick, I mean, 98 ticks in this range is huge, man. You should be absolutely done for the day. Regardless of the position size, you should be more than done. More than done. Nice. So let's see. Let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of this analysis. Let's do some fresh, clean levels here for the day. We can keep that one to the highs. Let's get rid of this. Now, obviously, as we know, guys, there is a lot of news coming up today. So it's going to be a very, very choppy day. And you can see gold has been ranging for this entire week, just waiting for this news. But there still has been great opportunities within this range, especially on gold, especially on silver. There's still been opportunities, but we are stuck in a very aggressive range. So there's not really too much to say on the daily time frame because we know that we are waiting on this big news. You can see here, Monday tagged Friday's low, held support. Tuesday tagged the highs, held resistance. Closing extremely doji. But like I said to you guys on Monday, you know, is it going to be surprising to see gold range this week, or at least leading up into Wednesday? Absolutely not. Why? Because look at the huge news we have here. Why would we have any sort of breakout trades before all of this news? We wouldn't. But this is what the markets are waiting on before being able to push gold in the next direction, whether it's back to the highs or whether it's back to some lows. You know, we'll wait and see. Let me just get rid of these. Let's bring silver here. So although gold has been ranging, like I say, there's still been nice trades within this range. Oh, this is the actual chart from yesterday. Let's get rid of this. This is all the levels from yesterday. Now, the nice thing I do like here on gold is, like we said yesterday, you know, there is a lot of liquidity that has been grabbed to the highs. However, we haven't really grabbed that much to the lows. We haven't really grabbed that much downside liquidity. And that's what gold absolutely loves to do in these ranges. We come up, tag the highs, and then where do we come to next? Typically down to the lows of the range. So to me, even if, let's say, gold's going to have a retracement today, say we pull back into 5100, I would say there is a very high chance that you will get some sort of liquidity wick down into these lows before potentially going higher. Or let's say gold's just going to sell off. Well, then guess what? Even if we're going to sell off, we're still going to come down for these lows. So we can say pretty confidently that in any situation, there's a high chance that these lows are going to get grabbed. Therefore, to me, that's the most logical thing to look for today. Trades down into these lows here. Now, the only thing is, trading before major news is you can hold double tops, you can hold double bottoms for pretty much the whole entire day until that news comes out. So it's something to be careful of. Got 165 ticks yesterday based on your analysis. Yep, amazing, amazing, man. The analysis yesterday on gold was absolutely perfect. I took that trade in London, didn't even look at the charts the rest of the day. There's nothing to watch. So we played that range yesterday absolutely perfectly. Yeah, I saw your silver trade. Let's have a look at silver because I think again silver's probably been moving nicer. Why has silver been moving nicer? Well, you can see yesterday we actually broke support. Look at the daily time frame yesterday on silver. What did we do? We came up, we tagged Monday's high, and actually closed bearish. So what would your daily bias be on silver for today? Would it be buying or would it be selling? Well, what did we do? We tagged highs and we closed bearish. So of course it would be selling into previous daily lows. So that was a very nice short in Asia for you guys who did take that. That was a very, very, very nice short. Oh, look at that right there. Look at that. That's perfect. Absolutely beautiful. Look at that. This is pretty much what we're saying with gold. And with all of these markets, as you guys know, what do we love to do whenever we're in this range? You know, like I said yesterday, it's pretty much every day. What do we do when we're in this range? If we're going to have a true move up, then guess what we're going to do? We're going to come down and we're going to manipulate the lows. If we're going to have a true move to the downside, what are we going to do? Are we going to just sell off like this? Unlikely. What we're going to do is we're going to come up, tag the highs of the range, and then sell off. So that's exactly what gold's been doing, and that's exactly what silver's been doing here today. So you can imagine anyone buying silver here, risking off these daily lows, looking for this big play up. But if silver, same as gold, hasn't grabbed the highs or lows, that becomes your liquidity level. That becomes your short bias. And yeah, that in Asia was a great short. So that was a very, very nice trade, Sean. Very, very nice trade, man. That was a super simple and beautiful short. Daily bearish breakout, intraday liquidity grab, hold above $80, short at 2 a.m. That was a fantastic trade, man. An absolutely fantastic trade. If gold could give us something similar, that would be great. But that was a beautiful, beautiful trade. Same as silver shorts. Look at this, silver shorts. Yesterday, I didn't watch it. I didn't trade New York because I was done in London. But here's your range. Price comes up, tags the highs, closes right back below. You pull back. You leave liquidity down here because you failed to grab the previous low. Cool. As soon as candle closed bearish, there's your short. Right at the New York Open yesterday on silver. Great short. Great short. But in terms of what could we see on silver today, this is where it kind of gets a bit tricky for London. Why? Because, you know, the bias today on silver would have been shorting down into these daily lows. Well, now that we've grabbed these lows, tried to hold support, we've also grabbed highs, trying to hold resistance. We're now tagging lows and trying to hold support. There's no real daily liquidity levels right now on silver. Right now, anyway. You know, that daily bias has been absolutely met. You guys who are trading Asia should have all been that silver short. It's a great short of our plan. A perfect short. But now that silver has tagged the lows and also tagged the highs, I would very likely say we're going to wait for news. So personally, I'd be very careful trading silver in London. I think gold could be nicer because you do have some nice downside targets. My only skepticism with shorting gold is we are at support and we do have major news. But the likelihood for gold is the more you bounce off this support, the more people try and buy, the more likely you are to squeeze it lower. So more people try and buy there. So to me, the most logical thing to look for here is to short down into where most people are trying to buy. And that's what gold absolutely loves to do. So we'll see. We've got London Open in 10 minutes here as well, guys. Would you take a short at 7 a.m. London time on gold? Here? Or here? Would I short at 7 a.m.? No, I wouldn't short at 7 a.m. No. Why would I not short at 7 a.m.? Well, you just had a morning star and pushed up, you know, over 300 ticks. Here, pushed up 360 ticks off a perfect morning star play. So, personally for me, no, I'm not shorting against a bullish hourly breakout. No, I wouldn't short this, no. Same as the shorts we took yesterday. Why did we short yesterday? Well, because what did we not do yesterday? We didn't actually close above the previous wicks, so we held resistance. But this candle here, that's a very strong breakout. So would I short against that? No. I would let the markets confirm the shorts and then I would follow it. Same as this silver short yesterday. You know, it's not my job to predict shorts up here when the previous hourly's closed bullish. But once I see this hourly break back below, cool, then I'll short. I'll follow the markets. I'm not trying to predict the markets. I don't care to be right or wrong. I want to let the market show me their cards and then I'll follow it. Simple as that. So if we, you know, it's kind of hard to not see it right now, but if we actually just ignore this candle right now, let me see if I can do this properly. Let's see, if we just ignore this, would you be buying or selling? Well, the hourly has just clearly broken above some very nice resistance levels. So if I short this and price keeps pushing up, I'm going to look back and go, why on earth was I trying to short? We broke higher. So personally, no, I would not sell this current hourly on gold. I would let the current hourly close bearish, and then guess what? Then I'll follow it. Super simple. Gold's not the market to trade against. If gold's closing bullish, gold's closing bullish. Don't try and fight gold. Don't try and fight gold. Yeah, definitely, David. Yeah, hourly closed, but very bullish, man. I wouldn't sell it. Very bullish. Didn't tank any highs. You do have some nice downside liquidity on gold, which is very nice. But let's just let the markets break out. You short above 5,000, it's very risky. Very, very, very risky. Oh, nice, nice. That's good. I don't have my spot chart open right now. What do you think about oil? Yep, we can look at oil. We got London open coming up in 6 minutes here, guys. NQ, yep, we can look at NQ as well. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at NQ first, see what we're up to. Again, guys, all these markets are going to be waiting for some major news here. Wow, look at this. Great run high yesterday on NQ. Failed to close below 24,750. Started to close back bullish and came for a huge run. Look at this for a daily breakout. Wow, look at that. Huge. So, weekly time frame here. And that's kind of what's been very interesting here on NQ. Is I believe there's going to be a squeeze to NQ to come up into all-time highs. Again, if we just look at this from a completely, just delete everything off here. If we were pretending this was, you know, an hourly chart, for example, what would we be saying? Well, we would be saying, cool, we've just wicked the lows of the range. We haven't quite tagged the highs. So to me, NQ is looking very bullish. Again, if you're going to get that big of a move, you're going to need a pretty decent fundamental catalyst. But to me, this is looking pretty bullish. You had a decent breakout on Monday, continued in Tuesday, and now Wednesday's already continued higher. Now, the only thing with where NQ is right now, if you're not already in longs, would I want to be buying here? No, I wouldn't want to be buying here. Why? Because you're above yesterday's high, and you're also coming into some nice resistance to the left. Therefore, well, could you short NQ? I mean, if you get a sell for a pullback, sure. But if you remember, if you're shorting NQ, you're trading against this very nice move up here. Sunrise is coming up too early here in Spain. Let me just close this, guys. So you could short NQ, but again, understand you're shorting against the highs of the week where you've pushed up like almost 3%, like 700 points. Like it's a huge push. But personally, I wouldn't want to be a buyer. So either you let price pull back and you continue following it, or you see if there is potential risky shorts. I personally think there's nicer opportunities out there. If you remember, guys, you get this closing below here on gold. You look for the next hour to come up for a bit of a top wick, and you're seeing if you can squeeze it down into lows here. Something like that. But just bear in mind, there is major news today. So if you want to trade before major news, then you accept that risk. If you can't accept that risk, then don't trade. Simple as that. For me personally, will I trade before news on my XFA? No, I won't. No, I'll draw up some trades so you guys can look at it, but personally, I won't be trading before news. Doesn't make any sense. Not only am I not trading before news, but I'm not trading before news in a very aggressive range. If I trade before news and I get chopped up, I'm going to massively kick myself, as opposed to how happy I would be if I made a little bit of profit. Crude, let's have a look. Did you notice gold has reverse correlation to crude oil? No, not enough to validate trade ideas. Gold, honestly, don't even try and correlate gold with anything. It might, you know, some people correlate gold to even sometimes NQ, but it's like there's no correlation in gold to any other market. Gold just moves how gold wants to move intraday. If you try to correlate gold to different instruments, you're just gonna, you know, you're gonna overcomplicate it for no real reason. If you want to trade gold, just focus on gold. Me personally, I don't correlate gold to absolutely anything. Nothing at all. You can kind of see, look how crazy bullish crude has been here. Oh, if we, where are we? Look at gold. It doesn't look anything like each other. So personally, I don't correlate gold to anything. I used to watch, you know, the US dollar index, the DXY, but again, it doesn't help me for intraday ideas at all. Crude, let's have a look. So obviously, again, it's an extremely difficult market to trade. Why? Because fundamentally we've been just absolutely so bullish. And from these lows here, you know, crude at one point was up 88%, which is just absolutely insane. So trying to trade here, I mean, it's a pretty difficult market, but if you do want to trade it, let's have a look. What have we done here? You kind of have a little bit of a trend line coming down, so there's the potential for longs. You have just come down and hit some nice support here. Okay, didn't get quite to lows, but you did just come down, tagged some lows nicely. See how that daily went from tag and highs bearish, sorry, not daily, hourly, tag highs bearish to tag and lows bullish. I mean, that right there is a pretty decent fake out. If you were trading crude, buying this current hour would be very nice. How high you go, I mean, it's all gonna depend on the news later on today, but I would be maybe managing around here. But if you were trading crude, you'd already kind of want to be buying this hour. On a lower time frame, you'd be buying at 7 a.m. To trade at 8 a.m., I mean, you've got to see how you close now, because you bounced off support, you're back at resistance. So in terms of like what can you see on a crude for the next hour that we're here for? Very likely range, very likely doji. You'd be a buyer here once you tag lows and close bullish. Well, if I wasn't already a buyer, would I start selling it? No. Would I buy it here? No, because you're also buying resistance. So I think crude requires some patience. Crude definitely requires some patience. You're also back at that V up as well. And Goldie is trying to close back below. It's a bit of a fake out, but did you really hit any highs? Not really. There is nice downside levels, but yeah, it's not the cleanest. Not the cleanest. If you guys weren't here yesterday, I did post a recap of the trade that we took together. So you guys are our next, I'm on there, the Aaron Trades. If you hashtag London Open, Topstep TV, I can see your guys' charts as well. But I did a breakdown the trade that we took and called yesterday. So if you guys haven't watched it, definitely worth watching if you missed yesterday's stream. It was a very, very, very nice call. A very nice call, which is why I'm able to be patient today. Why? Because I maximized yesterday. Maximized yesterday, therefore there's no reason to get FOMO or frustration today before this. Look at this. This is huge. Absolutely huge. Starting from 1:30 London time. Core PPI, US interest rate decision, FOMC rate statements. You got the press conference as well. So it is a massive, massive, massive day. A massive day in the markets. Let's see. It's a bit of a fake out here on gold, but do I want to sell it? Not really. Yeah, good idea, Sean. Yeah. Again, today is like, you know, if you guys have maybe just got a new XFA or you're maybe close to getting funded, is today the day to try and push for that payout or push to get that funded account? Oh no, I don't think so. I think today's more of a combine day personally. More of a combine day. Leading up to that news, anything can happen. This big range, big range. Look at all this, guys. Not very often you see this much news. Look at this. Got PPI, Canadian news. Look at all this, all of this. And what do we have tomorrow? Unemployment claims, which is fine. Yeah, nothing tomorrow. So tomorrow should be a pretty fine day. Pretty fine day. Yeah, definitely. Asia Open tomorrow could be good. I do find Asia can be very good after a big news day, the New York session. Where are we? Let's have a look here, guys. Let me see. We're going all in while you're snoozing. Yeah, that's yeah. I can't trade Asia here. I'll be snoozing. Middle of the night for me. So if you guys want to take my accounts and trade for me, that'd be great. Only if it's wins though. I don't want any losses. Yeah, let's see. We've got London Open in. Oh, London Open is open here, guys. London Open is open. Had that hourly close on silver. Silver again, very doji. Is it surprising? No. Why? Because we've liquidated the highs and the lows of the range. Gold, you did close back below 5,000, but you didn't really liquidate any highs. But not even if you did liquidate highs, I mean, you're still shorting at support. Like even if gold, let's say it did wick these highs, would I take it? I mean, I would have more confidence, but I would still be very aware that like I'm selling at support. If we liquidate the highs, I would rather be a seller up here. That's when I'd short 7 AM or 7:30. But because we didn't really grab any highs, it's hard for me to want to sell here. We'll do an Asia stream where we vote on what trade to take on Aaron's account. All right, deal. Deal. Let my members trade for me. That'd make a pretty good video, actually. Full tilt. Let's have a look at what did we say for NQ? NQ again. I like NQ to pull back, but I'd be careful that you also range here. Like this is a great move up here in Asia. Look at this for a move up in Asia. A great move. He should trust his students. Not when they're saying full tilt mode. Doesn't give me that much confidence. Same as ES here as well. Look at that. ES came up, tagged the highs. I think you could probably see ES have a little bit of a pullback as well. But again, if you want a short pullback, you just have to understand you're shorting at the highest point of this whole entire push up. You're shorting the highest point this week. Does that make much sense? Not really. But if I wanted to continue buying, I wouldn't be a buyer from down here. So it's kind of like a catch-22 right now on ES and NQ. Took two scalps in Asia today. 2 Ws, just up and down. Nice. Was that on gold? Ian, was that on gold? I think the nicest move so far today was actually on silver. Silver was a really nice short. A really, really nice short. NQ grabbed 1 hour lows. Is it good to hold the trade long? NQ, let's have a look. Yep, on gold, not the cleanest moves. Taken, yeah, just playing the range. You can play the range, man. Nothing wrong with that. Understand it's a little bit riskier, but you can play the ranges, definitely. NQ grabbed our lows. Is it good to hold? Where's your targets for NQ? What's your, if you share your entry with the risk to reward, I can have a look. Depends on what your targets are. If you want to share it here on X as well, if you tag me at the Aaron Trades, hashtag London Open at Topstep TV, I'll be able to see your guys' your trades. If you do want to share something whilst waiting for gold to shape up, you know, feel free to tag me London Open Topstep and I can have a look. Or if you want to send me the figures, I can post it on here as well. But for NQ, yeah, I you know, given the fact that we are this high, I wouldn't be surprised if you just kind of create a bit of a range. Goldie also kind of chopping all here as well. I do believe there's going to be some nice moves today, but it could take all the way until that news. We'll see. We'll see. Let's see. Good to see you back. Thank you. Your trip looked phenomenal. Thank you very much. Yeah, it was a great trip. It was a very, very nice trip. It was my first time going to Finland, and it was absolutely beautiful. Beautiful country, beautiful place. Let's see. Next trip planned? Not yet, man. Not yet. So we're trying to figure out the return back to Oz. So I can't really plan anything until we got that finalized. It's very difficult. looked amazing out there. But yeah, it was beautiful, man. Absolutely beautiful. Traded nicely for the week as well. It's a good thing about, you know, what we got to remember what rule. That's why, you know, I did make a whole entire video there as well. I'll try and post it maybe this weekend or next. But taking the trip out to Finland and trading there, like, you know, in nature, in the mountains, it really made me realize why we do this. Because sometimes, you know, when you're grinding and trading, you're just, you know, stuck inside in your room all the time. You know, you can really lose touch of why we started this whole entire journey, and you can always just chase money and chase dollar amounts. But when I was doing that, it made me realize like the freedom aspect that we get from trading. Like I say, you know, last week I showed you guys this just for transparency purposes. I traded 2 days last week. Here on my XFA, made $2,800. Also traded my personal. Took 2 trades. I made $2,800 US dollars whilst being in the beautiful mountains of Finland, snowboarding, being in the snow. And yeah, it made me realize that this is why I love to trade. To be able to trade from wherever the hell I want, whenever I want. So don't lose touch of the purpose as to why you got into this game, guys. So sometimes it's so easy to get so wrapped up into numbers or just, you know, grinding and burning yourself out of the time. But, you know, even if you guys aren't yet full-time traders, I highly recommend you guys just take a trip, just you and your laptop in some nice nature in a different country, and just trade for the week. You know, take some time off work and treat yourself to a trip so you can actually experience what this can be like. So you remember the whole reason of why we're working towards what we're doing. For me, the goal in trading was never materialism, or was never a dollar amount. It was the freedom to be able to do what I want, when I want, wherever the hell I want. I absolutely recommend you guys to do that. Like I say, even if you're not full-time, just take some time out of your job, you know, take a couple of days off and just, you know, have a holiday traveling and trading. And it will really make more sense when you guys do it. To me, it's the best thing ever. Go into a new country and being able to trade and make money there is the best feeling in the world. Nice, Corey. Pleasure to have you in, man. Pleasure to have you in. Yep. Yeah, go through all the psychology masterclass videos, Corey. There's so many in there, man, but they're very, 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 very key. And there's lots of workbooks throughout it as well. A lot of it is recognition as well. 95 ticks. Nice, Ian. Nice. I like that. Yep, take a loss from trading the range. Yes, exactly, man. That's the only thing with trading these ranges is you can trade the range. There's nothing wrong with trading the range, but you just have to accept that we're ranging. And like I said yesterday, if you trade a range, which there's nothing wrong with, don't try and hold for breakout trades. So the fact that you're just playing the range, man, is fantastic. Whereas most people trade these ranges and try and hold big breakout trades. But if we're in a range, just play the range. Johnny boy, appreciate tuning in, man. Little stop in Thailand on your way back to Australia, maybe next retreat. Yes, absolutely, Pan. It's been a while since my that was where my first travel trading journey really began, was in Thailand, man. So absolutely. Nice, that's amazing. Currently supposed to leave my job after hitting a full year of profitability. That's fantastic, man. Fantastic. Cool, Marshall. Independence, yes, absolutely. I hope towards the end of the year, Corey. Hope towards the end of the year, man. Hope towards the end of the year. And I would like to do another trading retreat in Thailand. I think it'd be absolutely amazing to do one in Thailand. We did a trading retreat in Thailand quite some time ago. Did I make a video out of it? I don't know if I was really... I think I may have made a video out of it. It wasn't really a retreat when we did it. It was more just like a meet up with a couple of the guys. Did we do it? I'm sure we did a video. Oh yeah, we did. Yeah, I did a look at it. This is the last time we did the Thailand trip. And that, me and the guys back in the day. So yeah, we did. It's been and we'll absolutely do one of these again. This is where we just look at that guy. Where we just, you know, we get a villa for the week, we trade, we make money, we go live in the sun, we eat good food, we explore different places of Thailand. So, you know, we go to, look at this, we went to just coffee shops and traded, eat lots of good food. So yeah, we'll We'll absolutely do one again. That was the last time we did one. That was, when was this? This was 2 years ago. Look at this. This was an absolutely beautiful villa. So yeah, we'll absolutely do it again. Topstep, love to sponsor them as well. So yeah, 100%. We'll do one again in Thailand for sure. Took the short based on the 30-minute Morningstar at resistance. Is this good? 30-minute. Let me see. This one. This is it is risky. The reason this one is risky is because the hourly still closed bullish. You didn't really liquidate any highs. Yeah, 100%, Jake. Yeah, it's such a good place. We've done Bali a few times, but I think it's time we do somewhere different. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that would be sick as well, man. Be back in the GC for sure. Yeah, this 30-minute evening start is a little bit risky. The reason that this is risky is because like I said earlier, the hourly's still closing bullish. So if the hourly's closing bullish, am I dropping down to a lower time frame and looking for shorts? Absolutely not. I'm only dropping down to a lower time frame and looking for shorts when I'm at resistance, or I've, say if this, an example is the short we took yesterday. We took this short yesterday together, called this all the way down. The reason we shorted here is because the hourly tagged highs failed to close above resistance. So we shorted here, risking off that high for the fact that we couldn't close above resistance. However, if you look at the hourly candle here, this hourly closed very bullish above the previous high. So that's a strong breakout. So if you drop down to your lower time frame and you try and short against a previous hourly closing bullish, again, we're not here to do what works once, we're here to do what works consistently. And what works consistently is if you have an hourly bullish breakout, don't try and short that. Don't try and fight that. So, you only want to be dropping down to your 30-minute time frame for execution once your hourly time frame has confirmed something. For instance, right now, if I really wanted to, the fact that we haven't grabbed any highs, we're tagging hourly lows. I could drop down to low time frame now and start looking for some longs. Why? Because we're below hourly lows. Whereas here, you didn't really get above the hourly highs and the hourly broke out bullish. So for me personally, yeah, shorting this is very risky. You're also shorting at a double top as well. Yeah, okay, gold never really grabbed the highs. Like I say, if we did this, if we wick these highs here, then absolutely I would short this all day long. Because there's your liquidity grab, short there, there's your play down. But you didn't really liquidate any highs, therefore, yeah, I wouldn't short on a 30-minute because the hourly closed bullish. Not only did the hourly close bullish, it was up over 360 ticks. If that had, if this trade here just pulled back and continued pushing higher, I think we'd all look back at that trade and go, oh, why was I trying to sell? The hourly was bullish, breaking to the upside, back above 5,000. Yeah, the villa in Bali was legit. It's almost like it's built for a retreat. It's absolutely perfect. Yeah, there is a bit of a 30-minute Morningstar shaping up here. Give me 2 seconds, guys. Yeah, there is a bit of a Morningstar shaping up here on gold, which is not a bad trade because you do have previous hourly highs that you didn't grab. We just have to understand it. It's very risky trading before this news. That's all, guys. I'm just trying to protect my capital or mental capital before this news. So let's see. I think if we do want to get long here on gold, let's just wait for a little bit of a breakout back above VWAP, which is also this nice support. Because this is where, gold can get just so choppy. And the last thing we want to do is get chopped up before major news. We mentally drain ourselves and we just take loads of unnecessary losses for no reason, other than the fact that we want to be in a trade, as opposed to looking for an actual high quality sell. That's why I'm just happy to, hang out with you guys this morning, see what we get. If something shapes up, fantastic, but we're really here to break down, see what happens leading up to that news, and break down the trades in Asia. Yeah, that's what's tough, is they were grabbed on the spot. That's what's tough. But I mean, if the hourly still closed bullish, and the hourly still closed bullish. Let me just have a look at the spot chart here. Either way, if the hourly closed, let me see. I just about did. But the hourly still closed bullish. So I still wouldn't be looking for the hourly at 6 a.m. London time closed with a 200 tick bullish candle. So am I dropping down to low time frame and looking for shorts after that? No, I'm not. No. Hourly's bullish, hourly's bullish. Last thing you want to do is if you have an hourly breakout is drop down to your low time frame and start shorting that. It doesn't really make any sense. Same as the reason that we shorted gold yesterday. Although this hourly closed bullish, it didn't really close above any resistance and it wasn't that bullish. As you can see, it was like a, 100 tick candle. Very small body. Look how small this body is. So although this candle closed bullish for our shorts yesterday, didn't close above the previous highs, and didn't really break out. Whereas this candle here broke above the previous highs, and that's a big candle closure. There's a big body closure breaking above a lot of levels. So would I short this? No. Do you part your mentorship to join the trading retreat? No, you don't, man. No. The guys in the mentorship will get first dibs. We'll get priority access, and then once there's still spots left, which there typically is, then there will be room for anyone to join the retreats. Anyone can come and join the retreats, man. Maybe we'll do a thing with Topstep where we'll try and bring some more of you guys here watching on the streams together. The last retreat we did, which was in Vietnam, Topstep gave us everyone on the retreat. So it was in Bali. Free combines, loads of let me see if I can show you loads of retreat stuff as well. Let me see. Topstep gave us some awesome stuff last time, which I wasn't expecting at all. Let me see if I can. How can I show you guys this? Look. See, look. If I go, let's go here. Where are we? So yeah, look, this is what Topstep gave us last time, which is amazing. Look at this. Everyone who came on the retreat, Topstep gave us a cool flask. I had some of the t-shirts. We got free combines. We had a Topstep hat, portable charger, mouse mat, notepad, and cool bags as well. So yeah, I'll definitely we'll see if me and Topstep can do something for the next retreat. Absolutely. But that's what we got on the first one. So everyone who came on the retreat got all of this, which is pretty amazing. Some exclusive merch that Topstep have never released before. That's just a gift for coming on the retreat, which is pretty cool. So cool, yeah. I remember I wasn't expecting it at all. I thought Topstep would just give us some free combines, and then literally at my apartment back in Australia, I literally had like boxes all the way up to the roof, just full of stuff from Topstep, which was amazing. So gold trying to squeeze lower, silver squeeze and lower. Let's have a look. What's NQ up to? NQ again, guys. I do think NQ can range. Be careful trading NQ. Like I say, it's not. You might get lucky and take a trade in here, but it's not worth your guys' mental capital. Nice, Dave. Nice. Yeah, it was amazing gift. Still using them today. Yeah, love that, man. Love that. If you want to keep up to date with the trading retreats, guys, I will post updates on my Instagram. But I will, I'll try and do one towards the end of the year. When I'm back set up again at home, I'll try and organize it again. Gold's still squeezing low here, guys. Again, I would love to short this, but it's just I don't like shorting into this huge support before news, because I've seen it so many times before news. You can leave all these liquidity lows. It takes all the way until news to grab it, and you can get stuck in a bad trade before news, which I don't want to do. Yeah, definitely shorting. Yeah, especially if it's in Thailand, man. Absolutely. Absolutely. I have to get a big villa in Thailand. Is towards the end of the year good for Thailand, Sean? Like, like maybe October, November time? Is it good weather? When's rainy season in Thailand? November's ideal. Nice. Okay, cool. Yeah, absolutely, Ben. Absolutely. Especially late November. Yeah, nice. Late November, cool. Nice, Corey. Nice. It was Sean's birthday on the retreat last time. Last retreat, we final night we played poker, went for a nice dinner. It was very, very fun. Low-key kind of nice. Yeah, how hot will it be in November? Will it be crazy hot or nice? No, not that hot. Nice. What are we up to here? You got silver selling back below. Look at that 4 hour. Wicking highs, wicking lows. It's easy to see this moving, these markets moving and get FOMO here, guys. But at any point, this can, you know, wick right back above all of these levels, and you can find yourself just chasing average trades, which I just really don't want to do. Nah, I won that poker night. What are you on about? I still had to poker. I live in Koh Samui. Nice, Jed. Nice. The weather was great October and November last year. Nice. Yeah, Portugal's beautiful, man. Portugal's beautiful. I haven't been to Portugal in a while. It's a beautiful place. Oh, yeah. Bruno lives there as well. Yeah, Bruno, if you know any places, man, absolutely. I would say 6 to 10 people max, probably. Depends on the villa. Yeah, Bruno can host us. Yeah, Bruno's gonna host us. And the budget. You have to ask. You have to ask MP for that one. Depends on how much Topstep want to give us. Nah, budget is. It depends. Depends on what we get. It depends on what there is. But if you know of any good like resort style villas where it's like kind of open and communal, that'd be amazing, man. Amazing. Yeah, Bali was crazy good value. Yeah, Bali was crazy good value, and the villa was just literally just so perfect that I've tried to look in Thailand before, but to find a villa that big is pretty difficult on Airbnb anyway, or it's just crazy expensive. Crazy expensive. Yeah, you should hire out a whole resort. Yeah, that would be cool. Having a whole resort, yeah, would be sick. Let's see here. Goldie still squeezing. I would, like I say, guys, I would love to short this on gold. I'm just very skeptical taking any unnecessary losses before this news. But would this be a valid short? Yeah, it is. Why? Because you have liquidity sitting below. You also have an hourly break back below 5,000. So in hindsight, I could have taken this short. But the only reason I'm not selling it right now is just I'm not a huge fan of this major daily support. So it's like I say, it's going to be if I was on a combine, maybe it'd be worth a shot, but it's not worth me trading my XFA right now. Like I say, I don't want to do what maybe might get lucky. I want to do what makes sense over 100, 200, 300 trades. And trading before all the news we have today over a long period, to me, doesn't make sense. Because more times than not, you've seen markets just range before that news. You get chopped up before the real move happens. Let's have a look. NQ trying to squeeze higher. Did any of you guys... Who is it? Who's in the NQ trade? Did you tag me on X? Let me have a look. There we go. Hashtag London Open. No. I didn't see any. Oh, look at this though. Look at this. Nice. Look at that. Amazing, man. That is huge. 10k a week. Wow. Look at that. Amazing, man. Amazing. Nice statement of breakout during Asia to get into that NQ long. What was it? 30 minute. Like around here. Nice buys up into previous daily highs. You've broken out nice and bullish. Yeah. Yeah. If you guys were trading Asia, that was you had two great moves there. Best moves in Asia today was NQ and silver. Yeah, that would have been a great breakout. I think any break back below, manage your risk. As long as you break back above, you hold 2,500. 25,000. As long as you hold above this resistance, yeah. Buying up into previous daily highs, it was a great breakout. So yeah. So that's why, I look at these moves here. You got clear daily targets. You had a decent daily breakout. Like, they're the trades we want to take. Whereas I look at this on gold right now, and I'm like, do I have any downside daily targets? I mean, yeah, kind of. But do I have a real daily breakout? Not really. You've been doji. And now we're trying to squeeze back lower. If there wasn't such major news today, yeah, of course, I would be selling today. Why? Because previous day failed to close above the daily highs and held resistance after having a decent sell-off. So shorting today down into yesterday's low, of course, absolutely makes the most sense. It's just for me, just shorting before that news, I struggle to want to do. But yesterday's low on gold, for you guys who will be trading later on today, close that news. That is the direction that makes the most sense to me right now. Personally, I'm not really too interested in buying gold. As long as these lows haven't been grabbed, I would want to be selling gold. And you have two nice levels here and here. These are the two levels that I, you know, as much as I might want to go long on gold, I would not be going long until these lows have been grabbed. Therefore, the most easier trade for me to look for would be to sell into that. Yeah, definitely, Sean. Yeah, daily is also why I preferred silver today. Just looked more bearish than gold. Yeah, 100%. Silver was absolutely the better call today, because if you look at that silver daily time frame, yeah, you not only did you tag highs like gold did, but you tagged highs and actually closed bearish. You broke back below $80. So that's a much nicer breakout than the daily on gold. So the silver shorts in Asia over gold shorts, yeah, way nicer, man. Way nicer. Way nicer. What NQ highs do you think we will hit? I'm still long. Should I pull out of NQ? I mean, don't pull out just because of what I may be looking at. But if I'm to give you a completely neutral outlook on NQ, again, it depends on where you're long from. Where are you long from? Where's your targets? Where's your stops? It'd be much easier for me to see that. But the only thing to note is with NQ is if I was buying NQ in Asia, I mean, personally, I would be taking profit here. And I'd be taking profit here. Why these two levels? Well, this is previous daily highs and this is a nice liquidity level. So it depends on where you're long from. But if you look to the left right now, you know, you follow the dotted line because that's where price is. You can see nice support, 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 broken support, and resistance. You can see right now we're at a very big make or break level on NQ. But not only that, is if you look at this daily time frame, buying today would have been great. But where would I be managing my buys? Above previous daily highs, because at any point this could wick the daily highs. Again, that's just my completely neutral outlook. Don't let me talk you out of it if you should be in a trade or not. But for me personally, if I was looking at this market the same way I look at gold, I personally, I wouldn't want to be a buyer here. Personally, I wouldn't want to be a buyer here. If anything, I'd be looking to short. But again, like I said, don't let me if you have a nice idea, maybe you see something that I don't, that's fine. You know, remember, trading is not about being right or wrong. It's about trading what we see. But for me personally, what I see is I see 6 a.m. wicking highs, 7 a.m. closing bearish. So I would assume 8 a.m. will continue selling off. Previous hourly just closed bullish and then closed straight back below. Well, that's a kind of nice fake out, right? That's our nice fake out trade. When you close bullish and instantly close right back below. So we're clearly forming some sort of resistance here. And if I look to the left, does it make sense? Absolutely it does. Look at this huge support. So if I was buying NQ, what highs do I think can be grabbed next? I kind of think you've grabbed them all right now anyway. You've kind of grabbed all necessary highs to me. Like here, look, you tagged highs, you sold off. Here, you've tagged the highs, you've sold off. Well, the next real level is kind of here, and you've kind of hit these highs and maybe you sell off. But like I say, please don't let me talk you out of a trade. If you know, I don't trade NQ too often, but if this is the same way I was looking at gold, personally, I wouldn't be a buyer here. I would be looking for something like this. So, potential intraday shorts down as that. 30-minute close here on Goldie. Let's see, kind of holding support, holding resistance. Again, it's not the cleanest. You're below previous hourly lows. You're at major support. Yeah, it's a real tough market this morning here, guys. But like I say, don't force it. Don't force it. One good trade's all you need. Nice, I've never heard of it, Nick. I'll absolutely have a look there, man. Let me copy it. I've never had a look. Let me see. That would be cool. I'd love to get some more travel plans when I can, man. Oh wow, looks beautiful, man. Looks beautiful. Oh, it looks so nice. Very, very blue. Yeah, it looks beautiful, man. You got crude still squeezing higher as well. Remember, crude longs were very nice, but again, where are you buying crude? 7 a.m. Goldie still ranging, which no trade is sometimes the best trade. Remember, like I said, silver's looking bearish, but at any point you leave them big wick rejections. Why? Because you're at nice support. But would I buy silver? No. Why? Because you're also at resistance at 80. So it's the best thing I can do is, you know what, here's my support, here's my resistance. Anything in this range is complete noise. We break above, cool. Maybe we get longs. We break below, then fantastic. Maybe we short. But anything in between here, that's just complete noise. Quality over quantity, guys. Quality over quantity. Look at this. Don't need to be trading multiple times a day. It's good quality trades with clear direction to be stacking up these payouts. And that account is also eligible for another payout as well, which may or may not take. We'll see. That would be my third payout for this account. Yeah, definitely, Nick. Yeah, send me some bitch, man. Absolutely. Where are we? If I really wanted to, look at this. We take another 3,500 right now on this account. Focusing on quality over quantity. 4.5 thousand a month. Last week was probably my best week. I took two trades the whole entire week. Ended up almost $3,000. So you guys don't need to be in multiple trades multiple times a day. We need quality over quantity. So I know you might have the urge right now to be in a trade, but sometimes the best trade is no trade and just waiting. Is there a good high probability setup in here? No. Why? Because we have major news today. Okay, cool. Let me just accept it and just hang out and just wait. Don't put any pressure on yourself to have to trade. I only have 3 right now, David. 3. Not being able to trade for a full day or 2 is a very important skill to be profitable. Yes, 100%, man. You know, not feeling the urge or need to be in a trade every single day is extremely important. And that's where most people go wrong. And like we've said before, you know, most of the time going from having 0 payouts to getting consistent payouts is about trading less. It's about trading less and eliminating the days where you really know you shouldn't be in the markets. Like if we take a trade in here now and we take a loss, it's like we really know that we shouldn't be trading in here. Therefore, the best thing we do is just accept it and not do anything. Because guess what? News could come around later on and we could have a great trade. We could make a couple of 100 ticks in minutes. Or we could try and trade in here where there's no volume, there's no targets, there's news later on, or we can just get chopped up. But we can wait for news, we can follow the markets, and we can catch a couple of 100 ticks easily. Easily. That's what most of the time profitable trading is all about, is eliminating the bad trades, not taking more trades. How many days or weeks usually takes for you to take a payout? How do you mean? Like as into process, or like how often do I take a payout? If I show you my, let me just log back in here. It usually takes me, I would say, yeah, loads of manipulation during news, man. Yeah, absolutely. That's where markets get manipulated the most, 100%. That's where the manipulation will happen on gold. Yeah, I'm usually taking, I don't know, maybe a payout every 2 weeks or something like that. Maybe every 2 weeks. I'll have an account, you know, maybe I'll get it to 3, 4, 5, 6,000 in profit. Like this one's almost at 7,000. Cool, I can take another payout. I got 16 profitable days on this account. I took 3 payouts in February, 3 payouts in March, December 1, November 2. So yeah, I'm trying to take a payout maybe every 2-3 weeks. Depends on how I build it up and how the markets have been, to be honest. But one thing I don't do is always try and chase a payout, or I never try and get a payout. Like this account here, you know, I've had this account since January, taken 2 payouts. It's up $12,000 with a 76% win rate. Like I don't focus on this. I just try and focus on just taking good trades. Like this is a payout. This is a payout. Now I've got it right back up. That's what the balance is right now, 6,900. So to get good payouts, the best thing you'll do is not focus on getting payouts. Just focus on trading. Just focus on good trades, managing your risk, and executing well. Don't focus on payouts. On average, at what point, according to your routine of London hours, of course, focusing on price action is key. But have you noticed a certain time that has worked out for you and why? No, not really for gold, man. Gold's not really a market that's necessarily time-based or session-based, or, you know, gold always moves at 10 o'clock London time. Gold's the type of market that just moves when gold wants to move. So the best way to trade that is to be monitoring higher time frame candle closures throughout your day. So whenever I'm not on stream with you guys, you know, I'm watching hourly candle closures. I'm setting my alerts. And I never just trade gold because it's a certain time of day. I trade gold because gold's at a good level and it's grabbing highs and lows and breaking out. Like I could take a trade on gold at 10 a.m. London time. The shorts yesterday on gold were at 9 a.m. You got more shorts at 10 a.m. There's not a specific exact time that you jump on gold's going to move. It'd be nice if it did, but that's not how gold moves. So you want to monitor gold throughout the whole entire day, but what you don't want to do is sit and watch it. So I'll just monitor hourly candle closure throughout the day. It takes me 5 minutes to look at an hourly candle closure and see if there's anything worth me watching. And I always have alerts on the charts. Maybe how many days till you reach the amount you want to take out? It's not really like an amount of days that I want to take out. It's more so just what's the balance at? What's the buffer like? If I can leave myself at least a $2,000 buffer, then yeah, I'm taking a payout. Like if I was to take this out right now, I'd leave myself a $3,500 buffer. So yeah, I could take this out if I wanted to. Profit since last payout 4,000. Excuse me. Alerts my best friend in gold. Don't have time to watch it for 30 hours a week. Yeah, I don't have the time, but you also don't need to, man. You know, being able to watch the charts more is actually not a good thing. I trade the best when I'm not sat here watching gold all day long. Like I say, them 2 trades I took last week, I maybe spent 30 minutes on the charts. Had a quick look at the daily, quick look at the hourly time frame, and took my trades. Saw if there was anything worth me watching right now. You know, like right now, of course, I love sitting down with you guys. I'm more than happy to sit down here, you know, explain everything that we're talking about. But if I wasn't on with you guys right now, I wouldn't even be watching this. I'd be going about my day, going for a coffee, going to the gym, setting my alerts and waiting for news. So knowing when to not trade is, you know, the most important part of this game, especially for gold. Especially for gold. And like I say, it takes me 2 minutes to come on at 9 a.m. and see if the hourly has showed me anything worthwhile sitting down for the next hour. For instance, when you see this, when we took this trade yesterday, you see 8 a.m., tag the highs, hold resistance, cool. You short 9 a.m. But when you see that, like this candle closing bullish at 8 a.m., well, I'm not looking for longs, therefore, let me not watch 7 a.m. So I'll walk away for 7 a.m. and then maybe you can trade. How do you mean, Anshu? Just take it on phone. How do you mean execute mode? Just buy it on my phone and monitor it when I get back. If I've already done my morning analysis, you know, I'm okay with taking a trade and walking away, setting my stops. You can use Topstep X on mobile as well. If I've already done my morning analysis, I know what I want to look for. Therefore, if I have to execute a trade on my phone because my alerts are going off, then that's fine. I'll monitor it, take on my phone, and jump straight back on the laptop when I can. Or again, just watch an hourly close. Like the trade we took yesterday, we took an initial loss, went to the gym, and then when I was at the gym, I saw this hourly candle breaking back below. So when I was at the gym, I just took this, set my stop, set the TP, and just let it play out. I didn't need to sit there and watch it. Me sitting watching the markets go up and down isn't going to control anything. The only thing me sitting watching the markets go up and down is gonna do is make me talk myself out of a good trade. That's why sometimes the best trade is just executing and just letting the markets play out, waiting for the candle closes before you make your decision. Like I say to you guys, that's why everyone gets such good backtesting results and such poor live trading results, is because, you know, when you're backtesting, you're making your decisions based off candle closures. While I try and implement the same thing on trading here live, which is why my average hold time is over 30 minutes. Average loss duration 34 minutes, average win duration 45. Why? Because I'm holding to candle closures. Like right now, yeah, exactly. If you were watching this price action backtesting, what would we be doing? Would we be taking trades, or would we very likely be skipping this across? Would be very likely skipping it across. I do the exact same thing when I'm trading live. You make your judgment backtesting based off candle closures. We'll try and do the same thing when you're trading live, especially for trading gold. Because if you manage your trade before gold's closed on like a 30-minute, gold loves to shake you out of a position before it does exactly what you want. That's what gold loves to do. You know, all of these wick rejections, at the time, these can look like big scary candles, but that's what gold wants you to do. It wants you to think, oh, this is going to be a huge sell-off. Chase it. You chase the shorts, wicks all the way back above. That's what gold absolutely loves to do. Time and time and time again. That's why I love gold, because it's so repeatable and it does that manipulation so often. So with that being said, YouTube guys, I'm going to wrap up here, guys. Good to jump on this morning. Good to break down the charts. Like I say, you guys have my liquidity levels for the rest of the day. But for me personally, guys, I very likely will not trade before that news. Like I said, you guys, you want to get good payouts, you want to get consistent payouts, you want to get good at trading gold, patience is the absolute key. You guys could take a handful of trades a week and be making great returns. Right now is not the time to be going all in. So for me personally, I'm going to close the charts, I'm going to go to the gym, go for a walk, wait until closer to that news and see if anything presents itself. And if not, guess what? That's fine. We'll come back again tomorrow and trade the markets all over again. So I appreciate you guys taking the time to tune in. Thank you guys for being here. I'll see you guys same time again tomorrow. Trade safe, guys. I'll talk to you soon. Peace.